This is Super Bowl recap on Lit Sports Online, and before we dive into it, why don't we get the annoying part out of the way first and give the Super Bowl, or should I say the playoff prediction champion, his trophy.
Thank you so much. Again, I'd like to thank the little people for this award and you guys' horrible picks. But you bet against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and you suffered for it. Thank you. Now let's get on with the show.
Yes, let's, Gerald. And let's also talk about how at halftime you were texting me all gloomy like it was going bad for you.
Okay.
And then, let's be honest about this. It was start of the third quarter, 28-3. Right?
I texted
Something like
you,
that.
yeah, you know.
And then some ridiculous comeback happened. Can we break down how it happened?
It's never happened before.
Complete, utter breakdown of a defense and an offense for all that matter. The Patriots scored 31 unanswered points after Atlanta was up 21-0 at one point. There was a complete, utter breakdown, and the Patriots took advantage of whatever the heck happened. But I will comment on that text message. I'm not gonna lie. On the halftime, get some more, nachos, and I'm like, crap. I'm gonna have to give this man a wing dinner. I'm gonna have to buy wings and burgers for this guy as a course of a bet that now I get to reap the rewards. But I did not expect that. Actually, real talk, it was like mid-third quarter. Me and Colleen are watching at home, and I literally changed the channel. Like, I started watching another show, and then I'm looking at Facebook. Everybody's like, it's a game, and sure enough, wow.
Atlanta outscored the Patriots every quarter until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It was just really... it basically took an exact opposite of what happened early on in the game. It took a total breakdown for the Atlanta's coaching, their defense. But I'm not going to put too much blame on the defense because honestly, the defense did the most in those first three quarters.
Oh, they were after him.
And then,
oh my gosh.
But I really do have to blame the coaching too, because there were times where, and I was watching the game, and you would think the Falcons would be trying to run down the clock, and here they are hiking the ball, 15 seconds left, and they're just getting cocky, just leaving all that time on the play clock. I didn't understand that, and then I think what really they honestly could have wrapped it up just by getting one more field goal. I felt like
I actually heard a lot, and I've seen a lot of breakdowns about this. All they really needed that last drive that the Patriots took over after, 2 runs and a field goal, game over.
Mm-hmm.
But they screwed themselves, and the Patriots
once again won because the team doesn't like to run the ball.
Man, wow, it seems like a common trait.
And it makes no sense because the Falcons were doing such a great job running the ball early, and then they had to know they're in clock kill mode. And I understand you don't want to be too conservative. I think that's what the problem they were seeing. They didn't know whether they wanted to be conservative or aggressive.
No.
So they just kind of didn't really know what to do. And I don't know. But it was just crazy because there's times they got hit out of field goal range. Of course, remember the fumble because of a missed blocking assignment. So there's a couple things that happened where they really could put the game away, but they just didn't. Yeah. And then I don't want to discount what Tom Brady and the Patriots did though, because they still had to overcome that huge deficit.
I mean, that was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, like I said, to watch it, I was like, wow, y'all really came back. I mean, they really came back, and I've gone back and I've watched it since, rewatched it. I'm like, I mean, that really showed just the caliber of the team and just how quickly Bill Belichick is able to react and evolve to teams play.
I was no one said Julian Edelman's name.
Julian Edelman, wow, catch of the year.
The defender had to move his foot. He breaks that up. He moves his foot a little bit.
It was at one point the ball was
he let
in
go.
midair, let go and caught it.
The defender just had to move his foot a little bit.
I think the foot was on the Patriots payroll. Julian Edelman, man, that catch. That is going to go down as probably one of the greatest catches in NFL. It has to.
Let's also be honest here. Atlanta gave up a lot of yards on penalties near the end.
Yeah.
They stopped them. Pass interference.
That pass interference play, that last one to get them in, within scoring distance at the goal line. That guy needs to be cut. That guy has to be. There's no way I'm walking into the locker room if I'm him. I'm sorry. There's no way. You literally gave them the game.
I mean, but you got Matthews holding 10 yards back on the play before. Then
yeah.
That's 10 yards more than they're still in field goal range, and they lose more yards.
Yeah.
You really can't point to one single thing. It was an epic meltdown, and then it was the Falcons' epic meltdown, and then on the flip side, the Patriots had to do everything right from the fourth quarter on, and that's exactly what they did. March down the field quickly, score, 2-point conversion, do it again. Overtime, Tom Brady gets the ball. That Falcons defense was too gassed at that point.
Like I said, man, the Falcons went from 21 up, having the Patriots pretty much pass that controller to, well, now they're sitting sad in Atlanta right now.
Hey, and he might not have
it's nice down there.
He might not have play, and winning the game, but Kukowski pinning them on kickoffs within the 20. Normally you see kickoffs, kick out back in the end zone.
Yeah, I didn't know what the heck was happening. I was like, why are they returning it?
That was genius,
I don't know what's going on.
That was smart.
They were kicking it just short of the end zone, making them have to return it.
Yeah, it's like
in the corner.
That new rule actually is shooting teams in the foot, because now it's like, oh well, if I kick it into the goal end zone, they're gonna get 25 yards. That's pretty decent, fielding. But no, if I kick it to this 1 yard, 5 yard, I'm forcing the guy to have to run, where my defense is flying down there to stop him at the 20 and under. So yeah, I mean, that was great. Great coaching, great playing.
To sum it up, guys, if you're a Falcons fan, you have to feel so horrible about what just happened. I mean, I couldn't think of a worse way to lose the Super Bowl, honestly. I'd rather just I'd rather see my team get blown out or lose by a field goal in a tight game, but to allow that kind of comeback when you were cheering the whole game, you thought your team had it, a blowout victory, and then you lose.
Yeah, I mean, you're on,
Little old owners on the sideline get ready to dance.
Yeah. You're on Sports Authority website about ready to buy a Super Bowl T-shirt. Nope, refund that one. Oh gosh, but I mean, it was a very interesting Super Bowl for a very interesting season. I mean, like I said, I called it. I was like, yo, this is set up for Tom Brady to win. You suspended for 4 games, you come off pissed off, and then all of a sudden you won. It's almost like somebody wrote this. But it's funny to me also, because we're going to go into our second portion when we start talking about the player awards. The same thing happened to Cam Newton last year when he was MVP and lost in the Super Bowl. I think it's funny that the same thing happened to Matt Ryan. So it leads me to wonder, should they wait until after the Super Bowl to do the player awards?
I don't think so, because I mean,
so?
I always saw the player awards as a regular season thing anyway.
That's true.
And I mean, if we do it the other way around, it's like the Super Bowl MVP is going to be MVP or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. I don't even like the fact that they prolong it more now.
Yeah, when you say it like that, like I said, I do agree, because I was like, wait, when is it coming out? And then all of a sudden, we get super oh, okay, that's when. But it's actually also another interesting fact. Big shout out to Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, Rookie of the Year. I mean, he had a stellar season, and I was, like I said, everybody's like, oh, well, they're gonna give it to Ezekiel Elliott or Dak Prescott. Pretty much those were the big 2 contenders. I'm thinking in my head, no, you give it to the quarterback. The quarterback's got a lot more to do than the running back. I mean, he has to lead the team.
Yeah, but he also can turn around 20 times and give it to that running back. And then
That's
once he
true.
does that, he's like, okay,
but Dak Prescott did play the part. He was a quarterback. He's a key factor of why they had such a great season. And I am very optimistic about the future for this team. I am very optimistic. I mean, if they can get over that whole, playoff monkey on their shoulder, maybe you'll see them in the Super Bowl next year. I don't know.
Well, I think this award is one of the few on our list that's really open to debate, because I would actually lean towards Ezekiel Elliott, just because I think, for me, unless it's MVP, I go more on, how impressive are the stats.
Yeah.
And Elliott, he averaged, when you factor in his receiving and rushing, a touchdown a game, over 100 yards rushing a game. That's really impressive out of a rookie running back. I understand he's running behind a great line, but hey, Dak Prescott had a great supporting cast too.
I mean, Dak Prescott had that same line. That same line protected him all season. But I mean, like I said, I think, You know, of course, we can't give them both the trophy, but I think either one are deserving. Both of them had a great season. Hopefully, you know, they come back fully rested. They can just shake off that loss and just come back strong this year. We'll see, though. You never know. But Defensive Rookie of the Year, Joey Bosa. You know, I mean, I think he was a monster in college, and he's proven to be a monster in his first year in the NFL. So, the future's bright for this kid, too.
Yep, double-digit sacks for Joey Bosa. Very impressive out of a rookie.
Yeah.
And he's one of the few playmakers on that Chargers defense. So it'll be interesting to see if he takes another step next year.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what he do. And, of course, comeback of the year, Jordy Nelson. There's he just deserves it. I mean, all the injuries to come back. I mean, man of steel. The man of steel. You know, I'm hoping he comes back even more healthier, and you know, can continue to be a playmaker next season. Finally, Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack, and that Oakland defense. Oh man, I mean, Oakland put themselves on the map this year, and it was big thanks to Khalil Mack and the defense, him leading that defense.
Yeah, double-digit sacks to his credit, just like Joey Bosa. He also had more tackles, had around 70 or so tackles and an interception. So very solid stats out of a defensive end or linebacker. He kind of plays both.
One of those hybrids, yeah.
Yep.
That Oakland team was one broken leg away from the AFC Championship game.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they were in the AFC Championship. Actually, when the playoffs, before, you know, Carr injured his leg, I was for sure thinking they were going to be in the AFC Championship game at least. You know, pending possible Super Bowl appearance for Oakland.
Yeah, and it's a question of, you know, for that Oakland team, is Derek Carr going to make that full recovery into next year? I think he will.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, and I think he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder. They've tasted it. They know they can do it, and they're going to come back next year, and I think they're going to look good. I have no doubts. Oakland, they're a decent team. I mean, they're definitely one of them teams that, you know, it's finally their time. You know, they've stuck around the bottom. Now it's their time to take over. And, I mean, looking at the AFC West, I don't see the reason why they can't.
Yeah. Very similar situation, in my opinion, to the Jaguars. You look at a young team that's up and coming, but the problem is the Jags haven't been able to pull through and make that next step like the Raiders. And I think it's because Carr really is a superior quarterback to Blake Bortles.
No question. I mean, there's no question the kid is a spectacular quarterback and even better leader. I mean, he's had to keeping the spirits up of that team, you know. I mean, this isn't just his first year that he didn't just walk in the scene. No, he's been working with them. This has been a multi-year process to get here.
So that's going to do it for our show. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Kurt Warner, who is going to be, he got voted in the Hall of Fame. He's going to be having his ceremony in August, so shout out to him. And also, as much as I hate to say it, shout out to the New England Patriots for winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You really did the most with that comeback.
5 rings, wow. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe. Our computer is definitely telling us our show is over. So don't forget to like and subscribe our video. Let us know what you think, and take care.